In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to find the Notion database ID. Finding the database ID is useful when you want to connect Notion to another tool, and it lives right inside the page URL. Let's walk through it together, step by step, so you know exactly where to look and what to copy. Let's start with the first step. Over on the left sidebar of your Notion workspace, click the project database page that you want to work with. Once the page opens, take a quick look to confirm that the database title appears at the very top of the page, with the table view sitting underneath it. This confirms you are on the right page and that you are looking at a database, not just a regular document. Now we are ready for the second step. Move your cursor up to the browser address bar at the top of the window and click it once. When you do this, the full Notion URL should become highlighted across the address bar. Look carefully through that URL and try to spot a question mark somewhere in the middle. The question mark is important because anything that appears after the question mark is just extra URL detail, and it is not part of the database ID at all, so mentally separate the URL into two halves at that question mark. Now we move on to the third step, which is where we actually identify the database ID. Focus your attention on the part of the URL that comes before the question mark. In that section, you are looking for the final 32-character segment made up of letters and numbers. There are two slightly different cases here, depending on how your URL is structured. If the URL includes the database name in it, then you need to use only the long segment that appears after the final dash. On the other hand, if the URL does not have a database name in it, then you need to use the 32-character segment that appears after the final slash. Once you have located the correct 32-character segment, go ahead and copy it. You will need this copied value if you plan to paste the database ID into another tool or integration. And that brings us to the result. You now have the Notion database ID for the database page that you opened. To recap simply, the database ID is the 32-character segment pulled from the database page URL, and you can now use it wherever you need it,